Hey guys, it's Chrissy Senpai, and today we are drawing my dogs as ice cream. This is a purchasable thing on Redbubble, which I'll leave the link down below if you want to purchase this art. But it's basically just of my two Bichons and a poodle. Obviously the top is Ozzy, the middle is Sniffy the poodle, and the bottom is Bubby the rescue Bichon. I mean, we rescued Sniffy and Bubby. We rescued Sniffy and Bubby from two very different situations, and I'll talk about that. But yeah, so I thought, hey, I wanted to draw something cute, something easy, something that wouldn't take me too long because since it's still currently Autumn Magic Week, join Winter Magic Week by the way, I had to get a lot of things prepared beforehand, and now I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to draw a bunch of things. I had to draw a lot of things like to keep things going, basically. And this is one of them. It only took me like an hour or so to do, because again, it's just like 4 colors and some shading. So I guess I'll just talk about my dogs. First we'll start off with Sniffy, which was my first dog, which is the middle piece. I think she would be like dark chocolate ice cream or charcoal ice cream, even though that sounds disgusting. I'm not like shaming anyone who eats dark or charcoal ice cream. But it sounds really gross, especially mixed with 2 normal flavors. So we're just going to say dark chocolate. Very, very dark chocolate. But Sniffy was once owned by another owner. She was a really young poodle. They got her before I was born, but they told me this story. She was a poodle at a pet store up for adoption, and they were going to send her to the pound if nobody got her at a certain time. And we, take the poodle home, and she was a miniature poodle. And she was so funny and goofy. She had a really big personality. She liked to attack the vacuum. She kind of liked to go on rides, but when she got older, she got a bit too nervous and would just scream the entire time. And she lived a really long life. We had to put her down at 18, only because she was just kind of getting to the point that she wasn't able to be a dog anymore. You know what I mean? Like, she couldn't walk very well. She was blind. She'd been blind for years, but she got around just fine. But at some point, I didn't know this, but dogs can get something akin to human dementia. And that's pretty much what happened to her, and her life quality went very far downhill. And I remember the day that we put her, or we were going to put her down the night before, I gave her a bunch of Oreos and said, you know what, you always wanted these Oreos, like, what's it going to do now? Like, we had to do it. And the most heartbreaking part of this story was that after the first injection, it's going to get sad. I guess all dog deaths are sad, but after the first injection, her heart was still beating very, very slowly, but they had to give her a second injection. And my dad and I cried the whole way there and the whole way home, and we cried for months afterwards. Not like consistently, but we did cry, like thinking about her, because she was our first ever dog. She was gone, because we had them 2 at the same time for at least a year before again she had to be put down. She was around for a real long time, and she was a very good dog. Not like your stereotypical mean poodle. She was a very friendly poodle. Till she, got dementia, then she just didn't know what she was doing, which isn't her fault. Now, on to Bubby, he was a Bichon that my mom found in Kentucky. If you don't know, we live in West Virginia, but my mom goes on business things to Kentucky every couple of months, and she so happened to see a little dog in a dumpster at the place that she was going to, like scouring the dumpster, trying to get food. Well, this dog doesn't have an owner that cares about it, so she just snatched him up. She took him to the pound at first to see if they could find the owner, but they said they were going to put him down if they couldn't find anybody. This was, at the time, a kill shelter that was around here. And so she said, well, we'll just take him. She loved him, like she wanted him, but she wanted the people to try to find him. But, it was a shelter that was on the border of Kentucky and West Virginia, like somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure which one. Sure, because it's been so long. But, yeah, we adopted him, and it was great. He was such a calm dog. Like, we had to shave him naked when we first got him because he had so many ticks on him. And I felt so bad for him because, like, the ticks were, like, bleeding yellow and green and just nasty stuff when we killed him. But we took a bunch of ticks off of him, and he slept with us, like, every day pretty much after that. He always slept with my mom. And I'm pretty sure he's the reason why my mom beat cancer twice. Maybe someday I'll talk about my mom getting cancer twice, but he did help her beat cancer twice. Like, he was her support dog pretty much, even though he wasn't a support dog, like, legally a support dog. He was always there for her, and, you know, it really helped her when her oldest kid wasn't around much and her youngest had to go to school, so I couldn't really help her all the time. And I really do believe that he helped her survive cancer, was part of the reason why she did. And he passed away from congestive heart failure. He was much older than we thought when we got him. We thought he was around 6 or 7. He was probably actually around 10 or 12. Because they think he died at around 15 or 16 years old. Because when we brought him to the vet, they're like, yeah, there's not much we can... He was acting funny. And if you look up symptoms of dogs about to pass, he had every symptom. So we took him to the vet. And basically they're like, there's not much we can do. You can try this medicine. It's like $300 a bottle, but he's going to pass away, like, within the year. And then he passed away 3 days later, which was very hard because he just laid down and just didn't get back up. And we were there the whole time with him. I carried him around the house one last time while his little heart was still beating, and it was just a really sad day and a lot of crying. And my mom is still kind of tore up over it because we didn't know he was in congestive heart failure. We didn't know the life he had before us, and it was just really sad. It was very sad to see him go the way that he did, especially because he was such an amazing dog, you know? And after a while, we didn't have a dog for about 12 months, like 11, 12 months. And out of nowhere, my mom's mom, my gram, said, hey, y'all want a dog? I bought you this Bichon. And it was from a very reputable breeder. We don't buy from puppy mills or from, you know, what are they called? Flea market type things. We don't buy from those. She bought him from essentially she was a show breeder that was up in the northern part of the state, like way up north. And she, like, did shows in Pennsylvania and, you know, stuff like that. You could see her Facebook, and they were in very good conditions. And we drove, like, in the middle to meet with her, which is like a 2-hour drive, to get him. Because, like I said, my grandma bought him to try to get my mom out of her slump. And oh my God, Ozzy, he's named after Ozzy Osbourne for a reason. He is a nutcase dog, especially when he was little. He was crazy. He would run around the house, and I think this is the reason why he's a little goofy now, and would always run into the table, like, head first. I don't know why, but he was nuts. And my favorite story when he was little was when he decided we had to go somewhere every Sunday, like, we always went grocery shopping. So we put him in the bathroom with the door open with food and water so he could be gone for 2 hours. We let him outside, you know, made sure he had food and water, and put 2 baby gates on top of each other. He manages to knock those down somehow. Mind you, this is a little Bichon puppy. If you've never seen them, they are quite small. Knock those down, poo everywhere, step in said poo, track it all over the bathroom and all over the house, and peed in multiple places in the floor. And we were like, oh my God, this is gonna be something with this dog. Potty training this dog was the worst. I don't know what was wrong, but he just always would have pee accidents. He'd always, like, because he'd never cock his leg. He would just squat like a female dog would, and then he'd, like, look distressed. So yeah, training him was a blast. He was definitely not our smartest dog, but he's still a really good dog. He was around when I went through, like, my major relationship problem, which I card that up in the top if you are curious to what that is. And he always, like, kept my heart open, always made me happy. And he is 7 years old now, and 6, 7? I always forget because I remember most of his birthday, but now I moved out. I remember his birthday, but I forget the year. I'm a terrible dog owner. But I'm pretty sure he's 7. And I'm not ready, you know? I mean, nobody is ready for that kind of thing. But I've talked about my dogs enough. I'll leave y'all to it. And y'all have a great day and enjoy drawing. Hey guys, it's Chrissy again, and just letting you know, commissions are open, and also, I got all these pages you can check out to support me. I'm just trying to make this, you know, another type of job, and also do what I love to do. So, hopefully, y'all can help me out a little bit, you know? Just watching my videos and commenting on them and liking them, that's all you're really gonna do.